going to be able to push things out in the late game, and Corki is not only something that can kind of dissuade that early 2v2 pressure, but also be useful in the late game with the Nami and the Xin Zhao as well. But LNG, I mean, this is a death ball comp.
In the pixel brush, and the most aggressive bottom lane group Nirvana has will comfortably back out with Croco nearby. Tangyuan is still off the map here with ultimate. Handshake for Missing to get two people off. He's going to flash over the fat wall, but here comes the Realm Warp. Tangyuan is going to find Missing. Bailout is going to go down, but I don't think there's going to be a trade kill in time. It's first blood over to Tangyuan, and 1xN cannot find that trade. Good use of the roam threat of Rise to get LGD on the board first.
Exactly what I was talking about just moments before. Tangyuan had full
Croco,
priority in the mid lane. Croco!
Oh my god, Croco's going in. The stream and shovel from Bulldog is nice, but Heng is one auto short. Bulldog has to trade his life just to find that kill. LG are trying to ruin this dragon take, but now 1xN is found far too forward. Has to follow the same flash path as his support. And yeah, sure, LNG, you shut down the first Drake play, but it comes at a price.
And it might not even be over.
Does Croco actually want this? I mean, flag and drag knock up. I don't know if he could get it. He flashed over the wall.
He's dead.
Tangyuan just takes the kill. LNG come out sputtering to start this series. It's a team fight and pull this LGD roster into their space. So these three grubs are going to make, you know, Bulldog and Sheer's life living hell going into it. It's so difficult for him to farm. And Tangyuan is finally going to figure out how many wards are available, and those were in prime Realm Warp spaces as well. Oh, YCX going to face check into a Cataclysm. Flag and Drag is going to miss. So is the Flash Handshake for Missing. His support's trading Flash nonetheless, and well, Croco's feeling pretty brash. He's going to come around and maybe look for a dive or cut off their escape path. Heng does take the blast over the blue side wall, so he gets nearby. Croco going to Flag and Drag away. There's a lot of LGD members do come off the map. There's the tidal wave back up. Croco's going to dodge that one. The double bubble has to be flashed, and Fate's Call pull the support out of it. If that half down now into 1xN, but we're getting people out on the map here. Missing and YCX both in the top river. There's the Realm Warp coming in, but the hostile takeover is well timed for Missing. It's Tangyuan and Heng throwing hands at each other. The Crescent Guard's going to pop, so Bulldog can't get any damage down. Missing has the bailout. He finally will get knocked low. Missing should fall. Bulldog is being ushered away by Shaoye. The bubble coming out of YCX versus the Bulldog flash. Tangyuan to flash after and shut down Croco. LNG wanted the fight, but they didn't realize they didn't have the numbers to scrap.
Oh, and we're not done. Sasi's popping ult on the top side with the flash.
Oh my god! That was a interesting flash. Sheer is still spacing really well. He's getting the Narbar up high on top of that. But Sheer, you lost your entire team topside earlier. He nearly walks himself into a 1v4. Now he's going to have to clear the wave as Tangyuan is going to make sure that everybody comes up here. Good dodge on the tidal wave, but the bubble will land for YCX. Heng, though, doesn't want the turn aggro. Flash away from Sheer. They're going to re-engage. Will becomes lightning, and Tangyuan picks up another.
Sasi potentially has overextended.
I mean, I might even call this worth even if he dies. He took 3 plates out just like that. He's going to hop out of the Cataclysm. And now he's got some decent space away from Sheer. But the bottom lane of LNG will have the first roam over, so Sasa will die. Wonder if LNG will try and maybe donate this kill over to 1xN. You definitely know he wants it. I guess he just gets the Ren slow and he's going to walk away, be happy with the assist. And Sheer will take that kill, but
from the missed flash handshake earlier, that means no play to be made. As we see in picture-in-picture, Croco will pick up their second dragon for his troubles. That is under where they could possibly be. Will be a tower for Tangyuan, even growing his lead more in that mid lane matchup. But you're right, dragon spawning your LGD. This could be absolutely disastrous, but they're not in a good position at all.
Ren smite too. If 1xN can get a couple of these spears in here, I don't even know how Heng can make this a 50-50. The hostile takeover for Missing is so well timed because they secure the dragon. Tidal wave's gonna go wide. Both top laners being in. There's Bulldog going in with the stream and shovel. Gets Tangyuan, who will have to go into the stasis. He doesn't pop it. He gets picked off, and Croco flies on in with a huge Cataclysm to cut down the remaining carries of LGD. What a play from LNG, the hyper-aggressive Group Nirvana team, showing why they've only dropped 1 game all split long.
Incredible play from LNG. They are decisive, they have full control of the river, and they pull the trigger. We asked for a lot from Bulldog. It's not been the best early game from him, but what a shuffle to get the Rise into the middle of the enemy team. And that's not just going to get them soul point, that is going to get them in full control of this game in under a minute. See how this ends up playing out here as Baron goes down. The hostile takeover is beautiful.
So hard for a lot of these Group Nirvana teams to really contend with correctly. And yeah, it kind of feels like they might have ended the game off of that one play alone. The gold lead won't really show it, but they've got the Baron power play already going here. Croco is decently out of position here. The Root Prism's going to land 3 Talon Strikes, should get a knock up into the tidal wave. He's going to commit the Cataclysm. He gets caught, and now you've got a TP in. I believe this is Bulldog. He's going to flash for the stream shuffle onto YCX. Hostile takeover is only going to hit Heng as they find a trade, but they've set 1xN running wild, trying to get this red. Shaoye gets popped just like that. The Kalista is blinking all around LGD as the superstar AD for LNG cleans up a messy fight.
No kills, no problem for the Kalista in the early game. It does not matter that you are playing a champion that's supposed to destroy the 2v2. He does so isolated.
They're going to take down this tier 2 turret and build that gold economy even further. They haven't broken the base open yet for LGD, but the real prize...
You have to be able to control this area, and that's going to start with vision control. Watch the rise on the bottom of your screen. Being able to pressure things out is super important here. He can step up. It's going to make a lot of difference for LGD.
Croco looking aggressively, he's gonna flash on the Shaoye, catches him in the Valkyrie with the Cataclysm into the hostile takeover. Shaoye is put in jail and sent back to a great screen as Sheer doesn't even get to go Mega before he finds a kill on to YCX, and that will about ruin it. Sasa is still in his push era, but everything else around him crumbling for the LGD team.
That is Mountain Soul for LNG, and it's perfectly executed. Shaoye gets buffered out of his Valkyrie and just instantly dies caught in the Cataclysm. That is the danger of the Jarvan when played. And I'm casting the games here, so
yep,
I'll defer.
Awesome point.
I'll let him prove me wrong first.
God, we're still going for this?
Bulldog.
Okay, I mean, Bulldog doesn't escape out of this one. Nice little flash, though, to throw Sasa under his own turret. And then he's going to Shuri Shuffle away from the Realm Worm. At least Bulldog is buying hella time with this play. Sasa has to commit the flash just to find that kill. And what does LNG say? All right, you're going to send 2 people after our mid laner on the bot side. Thank you very much for the dance with the purple worm. Red Smite, good luck, Heng. If you outplay this, you are a legend. I don't even know if he'll really get a look here. There's the speed up pop for missing, and yep, so it's gonna be top laner kill for Baron onto LNG.
You know, a trade that I normally wouldn't opt.
Committing the back. They spotted that missing is kind of around in the area. Yeah, YCX, you definitely gotta stick that back. So just trying to catch them on the one lane that is pushing decently in their favor. The only lane that LGD actually have a longer lane on. Heng is gonna camp near Sasa, but mid lane's gonna get pushed out, Mystic's gonna shift down. I assume 1xN could. They might find Sheer before then. He flashes out the counter-strike stun nonetheless. 3-talent strike will still get the knockup. Sheer's pretty tanky, but he doesn't have access to Mega. He's trying to run away as fast as he can, and Mystic is here. Krestigar gonna get popped. Handshake is gonna find a double stun. Tidal wave out. Gonna miss. Bubble does find its mark. Heng's gonna flash and allow Sasa to hop onto his corpse to get himself back out. But here's what I said with the Fate's Call throwing Missing into everybody. Sasa gonna put up the counter-strike, try and block some of this damage. Stasis, not going to buy him enough time. He will fall. 1xN rents him down. Mid tier 2, bot tier 2, they're all falling as the Cataclysm falls onto Heng. YCX can get chased down by Sheer, who's running rampant. About to pick up on Omega, and will clean this game out with a nice little Gnar ultimate. LNG wasn't the greatest start, but it's all about how you close in this game. And they're closing with a Nexus explosion to take a 1-0 lead and to put themselves 1 game away from securing the top spot out of Group Nirvana into the Split 1 play-in tournament.
LNG, they might not have started hot as they battle themselves in the base here, as it seems. They might not have started great, but they are ending this game on the highest of high notes, taking down the Nexus and putting themselves ever...
Screw your Galio. We're picking AD mid-jungle, and that's exactly what I'm talking about. You know what? I like the gumption behind that logic, because you're throwing out logic.
Yeah, you know, I can't be...
This entire time, and they're just going to walk it in. 1xN should have to flash, but the flash immediately comes from YCX, so he can get the fear over. He gets under the turret. Remember, he took teleport, no defensive summoner, and Heng is going to pick up a pre-level 6. Well, he's going to push out the mid-wave now. This Dragon, though, already down about half HP. LG have to make up their mind if they're going to give or go. And we are slamming the big green button. Here comes Croco on. The lights get turned out. They're going to go after Heng, but he gets fully forced out of the pin. Now, Shaoye is left in a 1v1 with Croco. Bulldog should be fine off to the top side of this fight. LGD are just way too split apart here. Heng is one way. YCX is the other. Shaoye is out of the fight. This TP feels like it's a bit too late. They're going to go after Croco nonetheless. 1xN going to hold on to those chains of corruption. Croco going to have to flash to get himself out, but LNG, they just a bit shocked that we're going to reach about 14 minutes, so we've seen 1 Paranoia and 1 Grand Starfall, but I think LNG are a bit content with it, like you talked about, just playing for these Dragon timers. LGD rock up to the party. TP advantage is over on the LNG side for now, as Sheer joins with a huge shield, and that TP alone is going to get LNG the 2nd game in a row. They
over a lot of these objectives. There's no way for LGD to fight this out.
Oh, here comes Missing.
YCX could be in trouble.
Yep, there's the Grand. Grand entrance knockup. Flash from YCX missing is not going to follow with his ultimate either. They're going to just let YCX walk out without flash and without ult. I felt like there's definitely an angle to further
to pick the pace of the game up, and it's exactly what we've got. Got a lot of action going down now on the map. Portal combat happening a little bit in the river here. Heng is making his way. They're looking for this play.
All right, what are we going to... These jungle ultimates. I'm waiting for them to come back out here. There is the support ultimate on YCX. He doesn't have Unbreakable Will, but Tangyuan's going to find the Fate Unsealed onto 1xN, and he will go down. Missing gets flashed on by Heng. Croco does get a good stun. Missing's living for a while, but the Equalizer will help pick up the kill. Hero's entrance just to get Bulldog out of dodge. When he finds himself flanked, as all of LGD are going to look to collapse here. Croco flashes over the fat wall to survive, but Bulldog still ends up getting cut down. It's LGD that make the 5-man collapse to break open this.
Oh, but Bulldog is not so lucky. LGD a comp that scales, but Sasa's caught.
Yeah, that's what we call anticlimactic for the LGD fans. Maybe just everyone's breaking out fights here. Missing is about 10% HP as Tangyuan looks to continue to push this lead as such a menace on the side lane. I expect that Sheer is going to have to lane into Tangyuan most of the time going forward now in this game. Oh, okay. Fate Unsealed. He's trying to create distance here. Sure, good buffer with the Unstoppable. I mean, Y6 is still here. Sheer's going to go out, pull Y6 under the turret, but he has Unbreakable Will. He can take up hella turret shots. And Tangyuan is going to pick up himself another pretty critical kill as the Rift Herald also going in LGD's favor.
Incredibly well played from LGD to be able to pick up yet another kill. We get to see how this happened. It just looks like he's a little bit too far forward. Sasa in the lane, and then, of course, gets punished by the Grand Starfall coming in from Croco. At least they're staying proactive on the map with these plays. Speaking of...
Yep, they're going right after Croco. The Chains of Corruption holding people in place for now, but Croco will still end up falling with no vision. One is actually taking it upon himself to just do the dragon on his own. Croco has no vision. He can't get into the pit. Tangyuan continuing this creative Yone play, and he's looking for a Fate Seal. He gets one sent to flash away from him. The charm does land. Can he get back out before the damage comes across? Yes, but here comes the big hero's entrance. Bulldog gets knocked on to Shaoye. Lights go out. They're going after 1xN. He is as good as done. Sasa gonna find that kill. YCX gets himself out of dodge as well. And LNG, they've got no range, and they've got no way to get on top of any of these targets. LGD scatter in all directions and cut down the fight. Grand Starfall is Croco trying to flank out into Shaoye, but they have to commit 2 flashes to find this one shutdown. Still, an overarching win for LGD.
It's a huge fight for LGD.
Play out the game from this state. I am shocked to see our
picks that you want to look for if you're LNG. You want to try and get to that side lane with those ultimates. See if they can utilize them here.
15. He just doesn't fear anybody as the lights do go out. Good charm comes out for Missing. 1xN's protected for now. He does land the Chains of Corruption, but they're going to lose Croco as the Unbreakable Shield does come down. There's the Fate Unsealed under the turret. Tangyuan get himself right back out with the Soul Form, and they take the pick onto Croco. And LGD smartly just get out.
No dragon, this should be, or with no jungler, this should be relatively easy. LNG gonna try.
LNG, they're gonna work their way in. There's the hero's entrance. Tangyuan wants to go after him. Flashes after 1xN. Missing do a good job to cover with the Equalizer on top of the damage on this Yone is enough to get rid of the only damage source left in LNG. Sheer's gonna pull Tangyuan out of the pit with an all-out. Should find them trade. But the Baron will be locked down from Heng. The smite to secure it. LNG scattered into the wind, and they found themselves in the exact same spot as this matchup held them in the first time round. We are set ourselves up for a game 3 once again. We'll come around and smite it to even out that Drake count. So LNG for now at least holding somewhat strong. This isn't a very powerful Baron power play through the first about third of it.
Yeah, it's certainly not the one that you would sit back and go, okay, they broke the game open with this, but
LGD are just not budging.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, if you want to give some sort of silver lining, never mind. Here we go.
Okay, we're going after Croco. I mean, you don't have enough damage to handle him on your own. Even with all these items, he's getting some serious autos down, but there comes the stat grab onto him. Flash for the all-out from Sheer. The style points are there. Shutdown was going to come nonetheless, and that is something. You trade a shutdown for a tier 2 turret. Small win for LNG.
No way to check this, and it's going to burn down incredibly fast. You can force this 5v5 for free.
All right, LGD, smart approach here. They're going to look for the Death Rush. Went on to Sheer, but Tangyuan gets Bulldog. Good time to go into the stasis here. You see if he can flash away. Gets the taunt down. That is a lot of Tangyuan's juice taken out of the smoothie. Doesn't have that big ults. Fate Unsealed and the Spell Form going to come off the board. And, well, that one little peruse out of the fight from Bulldog does get LGD off the Baron for now.
Well played by Bulldog to be able to
Starfall.
dissuade. Here we go.
Going
Shaoye.
after Shaoye. No, instead it was going to Sasa. The hero's entrance. They can't get the knock-up, though. Sasa's going to flashback under his turret. Missing does go under that said turret as the lights do go out. But Heng doesn't really have a way to ult in. He's going to finally go in. He's spell shooting away from the taunt. Equalizer is going to whiff. Shaoye has to flash away from Sheer, but now he just gets collapsed on by all of LGD. And yeah, he is not that tanky. So there's the pick down for LGD. And now they can make their dance routine return. Methodical approach out of LGD again. Showing some really good signs. Oh, 1xN had a shot at the classic Gumayushi, but now he will be punished for it. He gets stunned up on top of the equalizer, and then Heng delayed Paranoia ults on top of him. And with 1xN down, LNG really can't afford to.
LNG are not put in this position often where they are down in gold and losing in the late game. They are not reacting well, and LGD, to their credit, have been excellent in the late game here at pulling the trigger. See if they can do so here on the final push.
They got Tangyuan off to the side, gets the pick on a Missing. Fate unsealed. Good knockups come across, though. Missing does get himself out. Croco and Bulldog are fine. Tangyuan does have to flash away from where he returns to his soul. Sheer nearby, but at least Tangyuan has grabbed all of LNG's attention to allow for the mid inhibitor to get knocked out on its own. On the top side, Sheer still can't hold the tier 2 turret that they had to surrender nonetheless. There's the bot lane tier 3 down and the tier 2 to follow.
Yeah, they're just kind of desynced right now on the map, as potentially YCX could be getting caught. Does have to burn quite a bit. Yeah, you're absolutely right. Does still have the ultimate. He's getting very low, though. Definitely pushing the pace there. That's where Poke Varus can actually come in pretty clutch. It dissuades the entire game-ending push. A lot of damage coming down from that Varus. You just got to be able to keep them safe. They might have survived this Baron, the second of 2 that we've had so far, but Soul...
And wait for that Chemtech Soul. So we are still kind of locked into this state unless Heng wants to go for another play here onto Croco. This is what got him caught the last time. This time he does have a GA, but runs into a taunt, runs into a knockup, another stun. Where's the damage, LNG? Any other game, any other draft, that should be a dead Nocturne, but it's just not in this world.
I mean, it's astounding. I have not seen Nocturne dive into 4 people and barely take half his health before. It's truly incredible how far behind LNG are with just the lack of damage this comp inherently has, and of course the situation that their gold is in. Look at the difference in items right now. Look at Bulldog's inventory versus Tangyuan's inventory. That's a 5,000 gold difference in the mid lane. It's just really hard to push things forward. That death cap is, you know, much needed for Bulldog, but it's definitely looking a little too little too late. So we see the Yone continuing to push onto the top side. This is just going to be a continuous push. We'll see if they want to go for Soul in 45 seconds or if they want to play these side lanes to potentially end the game. Looks like they do want to try and play for the objective, but either way, they're likely going to have full control.
Croco, there's no world you think you can get this. I mean, all right, Missing's here, Bulldog's here, but I mean, this is not your jungle anymore. And yeah, Sasa and YCX will back him out. He smites to secure the red buff. Lights are going to go out. They're going to go after Croco again. Good knockup from YCX. He's going to hold the Unbreakable. YCX is making sure the Bulldog can't rejoin. Missing has himself a lovely flank if it weren't for the fact that his team is dying on the front line. He's desperately trying to walk back. 1xN's going to hit the field goal on the Chains of Corruption, so nobody gets stalls out. Bulldog going to try and Hero's Entrance out, but instead he's stun locked in place. And LGD might not need that Chemtech Soul. They're just going to corral the straggling LNG members and point them towards their crumbling base to polish off one of their most dominating wins of the split to once again claim a victory over LNG, the only team to do so far in Group Nirvana. The question remaining will be, can they do it again to hand LNG their only series loss of the year? Have to find out in that Game 3. But for now, it's just the formalities of knocking down the base if you are LGD. Turrets go down, lights go out, Nexus is out, and we've got ourselves a full slate series for Group Nirvana action.
Still very much a powerful pick, and it's trying to be peeling now for a Victor and a Draven, which are very nasty damaging carries in the back side of things. However, when I look through at the full 5v5, I do think, you know,
there is the possibility to get involved, and as a result, respect being paid by LGD, able to secure neutral.
They're really looking for the cash in for this Draven. If they get that, then they have a bit of gold to really play this early game with.
Right here as well, Victor already starting a roam as well. This could potentially be a Flash being forced over the wall now, and this is Mundo in a lot of trouble. Having to said Flash getting themselves out of trouble, but at the cost of a very, very crucial summon at a time when they do really want to try and
here
get
comes
something
Vi.
off this drain. Lockdown comes onto the Nautilus. Vi is in with that damage. And just like that, First Blood is going to go over, and it is going to go over to the one player who I am absolutely sure LGD would not have wanted it to go to. One
Cooldown reduction, so I guess you get a bunch of attack speed, crit chance, and you just do a lot of damage.
You do a lot of damage, and that damage now raining down onto the Draven. Knockup going to connect. One last little bit of damage comes through. It goes horribly wrong for Yanara. What to stack this one up. Got the pro towards it. Draven going to be able to step up towards the safety of their team despite teleports coming in. All of a sudden, things getting a little bit dicey for LGD. LNG not able to steal the dragon away, but they want to take this fight. They've got all 5 members all grouped up, going lower and lower. We see the first kill coming down onto the Draven. They got 1 free kill, but now they give one over in return. Nautilus going to die as well. With both the bot lane duo gone, it's going to be a third and final kill of this fight to LNG.
Great. Yeah, you can see that. Heng's walking over the rift as that Mundo. He died for this before, reminder.
Yeah, died for it once, gonna die for it again, and it's just straight out greed at this point. Heng just playing a little bit like they're on tilt right now.
Yeah, they don't go where they please in this case. Ow, Kraken Slayer's completed, and yes, Yunara with that Q stacked does a ton of damage.
I'm not too sure that's going to be enough coming into this game.
Yeah, and hang on, Croco walking up to a tank. Actually misses the Q there, means the trade goes a little bit awry. Victor's coming down early. There is a chance actually LG get a momentary 4v3. Missing's quite low HP.
Yeah, there's no flash available there. Ooh, so just dodging away. Dredge line not going to connect.
He does die, and now suddenly LNG are quite low HP. They've taken a lot of chunk here. Look, 1xn is really fed. If 1xn gets to fight, it's great, but Missing's low.
Same song, different chorus, another dragon, another team fight, another opportunity for LNG to pop off. 1xn is going to get one on the back line. Hui already having taken one in the mid. It's going to be a third kill, potentially skilled onto Heng. The dragon won't even go LGD's way this time. Will they never learn, Alex?
No, apparently not. But even then, I thought they would deserve like one kill.
This isn't something that he can stick his nose into too far, having already paid the price for doing that too many times. And there it is, Herald, nice and easy pickup. Plenty of opportunities maybe to stick that one down the mid lane, get a little bit higher. Hang stuff the nose around for a little bit too long. And yeah, sure, Mundo can go where he pleases, but unfortunately he can't always leave.
No, and in fact, where he's found himself is the morgue this time for the third, just had to check, third time today. Sasi's now teleported. There's a Herald. They're just going to kill Sasi. They're just going to kill the turret. You must get away. Run, little Scion, run.
Mistakes were made, but it does look like with an unstoppable onslaught, maybe might be able to find some form of safety, but of course the turret will go down top. And yeah, this is honestly, this is looking as far gone as game 2 looked in the opposite direction.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess we have a guest appearance from Sasi, I guess. Hang on, the hook does land, but the shield blocks the ult from the Draven.
That was very, very nicely played from the Braum. Just stand behind him, all be well. Mundo's returned once again, looking for a little bit of something. Braum has gone low, but not as low as Draven. The damage is having to run for the safety of their turret, and as a result, there'll be no kill in return. Rek'Sai looking for something, has to turn the attention towards the Mundo, as the Draven has already declared.
They definitely don't want to fight it. LNG get Baron for free.
I mean, you've lost your jungler post 20 minutes.
Scion between Vi and the rest of the team, and maybe the Vi just dies. That's just not the case this game. The front line can't do enough. The Vi is really tanky because she's 2,000 gold ahead. What do you know? That makes a lot of difference. They are going for the fight, trying to kill the Braum.
Yeah, trying to get some damage onto Missing, maybe to enable an option to get onto the backline. But while this is all happening, Vi is just killing off the dragon for free. Bulldog gets some long-range damage onto Nautilus, get one as well, and a fight that looked like maybe LGD could find themselves a pick, instead just turns into yet another nail being driven into their seemingly inevitable coffin.
Croco actually ends up using the blast cone to get away from the Scion too. I thought at least, again, you think they'd be denied, like, you know, they'd be owed like a couple of kills. They do get the one this time. Missing dies for the first time this game. It is something. Shaoye does get random 1v2 outplay from Shaoye after the mistakes from 1xn. And Missing. That's as good as it's gotten. The rest of the game completely run by
outplayed themselves on that one. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah. Missing gets hooked into again. Braum passive is used. CC comes down. It's a lot of damage onto YCX.
Oh dear God. Look at the burn, all the shielding in the world, not enough to put the Nautilus back together again. And oh my word, what a sign of how this game has gone. That's a 6-0 free.
How do they team fight against this gold advantage?
It's do or die time for LGD, and unfortunately one of those options might not be available to them. Let's see how this one plays out. Dragon going lower and lower. The damage starting to rain in. Way doing damage from distance, force flash and Nautilus. Mundo is able to take the Dragon, but at what cost? Nautilus getting out with just a sliver of health remaining. Same to be said for Sun, who's unstoppable onslaught. Unfortunately, takes him to no level of safety. Desperately trying to clear out some of these waves. Draven has already died. Surely Mundo and Sion shall fall as well. This now leaves Vi chasing down the Victor, chasing down the Nautilus. We're going to see potentially just an endgame push here. Will they need the Baron, or can they just take it right now?
Well, with the Victor alive, it's on cooldown. It's on cooldown. He can't throw it in. Go down before that ultimate is available to throw towards it. LNG cleanly take the Baron.
LNG just trying to storm down the bot side. And here we go. This could be the final stand.
Yeah, Bulldog, good artillery from him. At the end of the day, they don't have the... Hang on. Oh, it's good damage from Croco onto Heng as well. Actually, he's 3 levels up on his opposing number. Wonder doing okay damage back, but I don't think he's loving this.
No, not one bit. Having to pop the ultimate to stay alive. Turret on the bot side is just a hit or two away from being taken down and exposing that inhibitor. But damage that's coming through, LNG are at the very least respecting it.
Yeah, tower falls down though. The dam breaks. They're into the base. LGD still got a minute left of this Baron buff to outlast. Can they save another inhibitor? I'm not sure. There's the Braum ultimates.
All respect no more. Braum ultimate is big. Buys the stopwatch being used. Good knockup is going to come down onto Missing. Just buying a little bit more time for LGD, but they just straight up don't have the damage. They're able to proc a Guardian Angel, but that's the best they're going to do right now. 1xN flooding the damage down. It's going to be both the Undead General and his Undead form already removed. Missing will die again, this time not just to a rogue tower shot, but unfortunately it's still going to be all she wrote. We got past the 30-minute mark, 40 seconds left on the Baron buff, and the last fight is surely has already brewed. It's now been poured out, ready to be consumed by LNG, who take everything in front of them. One Nexus turret already gone.
30 seconds left on the Baron buff. I'm not sure they're going to take the Nexus on this push. Shaoye is alive at full HP, got the stand aside, can knock aside a IQ teleport back. That's the way going into the middle of the enemy team. That could be rough. Oh no, sorry, that's the right side. We're fine.
They will end it right now. They've got 20 seconds left to prove me and you right, and with 10 on the clock, another 2 kills, the final Nexus turret, and 8 seconds shy of both of us having egg on our faces. The game ends.